left the Marines like a good amount of time ago. If you want to go back, if you want to be involved in the military again, could you, and how could you?
Well, I couldn't. I'm too old.
Okay. So explain that process. Like when you get discharged, when you leave the military, what's that process like? And I guess like what is if you have so you couldn't go back, period, to do nothing, not a thing.
Right.
Okay. So how does those guidelines work? And what's the process of leaving actually like? So take me through that.
So you serve 4 years, you serve 20 years, you say, hey, I'm out. If you're enlisted, you say I'm out. So you get to the end of your contract and you say, I'm going to separate about 6 to 8 months out. They'll sit you down and say, what's going to happen? And you're like, okay, I'm out. And about 6 months before you get out, there's a series of things that happen to get you ready to discharge. You're still doing your job. You're still, going to work. What they start having you get your stuff packed up, your paperwork all done, all your gear returned and inventoried, your medical stuff, all that stuff's done, right? And then when you get out, if you're physically in good shape and no other issues, you'll be given what's called, I think, a re-enlistment code. Well, I couldn't get one because I was hurt. That's why I was getting out. So I was deemed not fit to serve anymore, which was stunk, but that's the way it was. Also, the age comes into it. I think in the Marine Corps, once you're over the age of 35, you're not coming back in. So, if you want to get out for a couple of years, if you're like 24 and come back in the Marine Corps when you're like 26 or 27, as long as you can pass the physical readiness test, everything else is fine and you're in physically good shape, they'll let you back in. So and also I was honorably discharged. You got to be honorably discharged. I'm not going to take you back if you're other than honorable or a bad conduct discharge, right? So you got to be honorably discharged. So you go through all that. The last couple of weeks, you take your classes and, understand how the transition works. They have your stuff packed up. And then literally the night before, they hand me my paperwork saying you'll be free and clear it was at, I'm not kidding you. At 04:35, you're now a civilian. Not at 12 o'clock, not at 9 o'clock in the morning. 04:35, and at 4:45, I was out the gate in Yuma.
That's 4:45 in the morning.
Yes.
For people who don't know military time.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, military time is funny to me. It's just like you just add or subtract 12. Not even subtract 12. They don't add 12. You just subtract 12. That's how you know what 2,300 hours is 11 o'clock at night.
Exactly.
Yeah, 15:30 is what, 3:30?
Yeah.
Do math right? Yeah, 3:30 in the morning. Yeah. So I don't want people confused about military time, but that's a trick for you. They subtract 12.